Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. My mother was 42 when she had me. She had my baby sister at the age of 50, and I'm one of seven. My mother, when I first realized who she was already old. She had a head full of silver hair. It was beautiful, long, wavy silver hair. But I'm a little bit embarrassed to tell you that I didn't like that. All of my friends had these young parents who were slick and sharp with big round afros, and here comes my old mother. And people would say, "Is that your grandmother?" And I'd kind of mumble, yeah. I was embarrassed as a child because I was looking at what everybody else had, and I couldn't see what I had until I got a little older, went away, and began to look at life. And I realized that the reason why people would say that I was an old soul or that I had a lot of wisdom for a young person was because I had it from my mother, who was raised by her grandparents. It's the reason why I have sayings like "you stood and died" and "I'll slap you from Amazing Grace to a floating opportunity." They would sit around at night and tell stories. She said her grandfather was a master storyteller, and he was great at making you see the story that was being told. My great grandfather was actually an abolitionist, and as a boy, he and his father worked on a plantation with another abolitionist, a man named John Hunn, to help set the captives free. I don't just tell those stories from something that I read about. I tell them from something that I heard told to me. We're all trying to run back to a youth that we didn't appreciate when we had. And I think we all need people who've been down the road. My mother used to say, "I've been around that corner, and I'm coming back to tell you, you about to run headlong into a wall of trouble." You need somebody who's old enough in your life, who's been down the road before you get there. Listen to them. Learn from them. One of the reasons why I appreciate myself so much at 60 is because my friends who are in their 70s and 80s are constantly reminding me that, "Baby, 60 is when I first woke up. You're just a baby." You can never feel old when you have friends who are older, when you have wisdom of the elders, teaching you, guiding you, bringing you down the road. We leave this wisdom alone in a room with no one to tell their stories to, when we need to reach out and connect and listen. Those stories are full of richness and wisdom and guidance for this time. My mother was born in 1918. She was alive during that first pandemic. She was just a girl, but she has the stories that her mother told her, her grandparents told her about living through those times and how to make it. When I say to you every morning, just keep coming. Just come on, keep coming. We're going to make it. We're going to get there. I know this because I have a mother who reminded me of it. And I've shared the story before, that whenever I was in despair about whatever was going on, my mother would say, "I grew up next door to the whipping post." Something in me thought she was making that up. But just this year, In Dover, Delaware, they took down the whipping post that she lived next to. Change is coming. But to get some perspective on it, you need someone who's been down the road before you. Don't assume that our technology makes us better. Because folks who knew how to communicate without an internet, baby, they knew some somethings. Connect to the elders in your community, in your village, in your family. There you'll find the untapped wisdom that you so desperately need. I love you.